Hi, I'm Chris Webb. I'm the Director of Operations for HPM. My role as Director of Operations in a program this size is to make sure we've got the right resources in the right places, that we're listening to the client and listening to the client's needs to make sure that we can fill any gaps or areas that need strengthening within the client's program and within the system. I grew up close to Savannah in a small town. I actually went to school at Georgia Southern and got a construction management degree. I've remained very close with a lot of relationships of guys in the industry. I've been fortunate enough, I worked throughout the country, but somehow I've always come back to this area. I've actually built multiple projects prior to coming into the program management side. I had built several projects here in Savannah. So I do know the market down here. I started in the construction side. I spent 25 years on the construction side actually building the buildings. Because of that, coming over to the ownership side and the program management side, it gives me a depth of knowledge from the technical side, how to manage a team that in turn manages these types of projects. So that expertise gives me depth. It lets me look at it from a perspective of what the builder is, but also look at it from the perspective of the owner. And from the owner side, it's understanding what the quality control is, how to administer contracts, to make sure the owner is absolutely getting what they have, what they're paying for. Renovation project it's going to have a different skill set maybe than a ground up new project. There's going to be strategy as far as resume, experience, background, and who we feel like is the best fit. And then sitting down with them and with the client, with Chatham County, and also presenting them to them. It's not going to be us just randomly applying someone to your project. We want you to have buy-in on that person to give you assurance that you're comfortable with that person, because ultimately they're representing Chatham County Schools. We want to come in and partner with Savannah Chatham County Schools. We don't want to come in and take over the program. It's never our intent. We want to come in and work alongside of the facilities department, the IT department, the academics department. We want to make sure that as we're managing the design phase, that we are managing it for what the intended purpose is. And that is, the intended purpose of these buildings is to educate kids and educate students. We can never forget that. That's our primary goal here. It's ultimately whatever we're doing, we've always got to remember it is simply to educate the next generation. You know, the idea with GA4LE is that we're going to better the design, better the construction of facilities. And that's really important, obviously, for the next generation to make sure that we're given and creating environments where they can be instructed and build that next generation.